Salutations, and welcome to Kirby Plays Games. I am Kirby, here in 7 Days to Die, and this is a very exciting episode. And that is because I have completed Fortress Dreamland, a horde base which I have constructed from the foundation up. As you may guess by looking at it, quite a few materials went into the creation of this, and we have Joester to thank for helping out with the absurd amount of concrete that was required. They will be joining us for the 175th Blood Moon on this server to test Fortress Dreamland against the zombie horde. So thank you to them, and thank you to everyone for joining us for the maiden voyage of Fortress Dreamland. And I can tell you we are sailing off into a very red sunset indeed. A quick note for those of you that are new to the series. This is episode 6 of the Horde Night Retrospective Series, where I am sharing my multiplayer Horde Night adventures in 7 Days to Die, Ep6 with some retrospective commentary. It is day 175, which makes this the 25th Blood Moon on this server. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider liking and subscribing. At this point, it is almost the start of the Horde Night, so I'm going to turn on the electricity. And what we basically have set up here is in these walls, which you can see are 3 blocks thick, there are electrical fence posts, which create 4 rows of electrical fences. And these are split by a barrier down the middle, so the zombies are going to hit the first 2 to start, and this is going to make it really easy for us to pick them off. Now, as Joe mentioned, they brought 6,000 9mm bullets and 1,000 shotgun bullets. I myself have about 1,500 rounds, but I also have 20 impact grenades and 150 exploding crossbow bolts. Zombies are bunching up, so it's a great time to down a learning elixir and some recog. Now these are a fantastic combination because the learning elixir gives you more experience per kill, and the recog is going to give you more damage. So that's going to give you more kills, and thus even more experience. Really fantastic if you can get both of those going at the same time. And another nice thing about this base is you can come down into the main bunker, and it's set up so you can very easily shoot the zombies no matter which of the barriers they happen to be at. Pretty much the entire structure is reinforced concrete. Now the floor beneath me in this main bunker is 2 blocks thick of reinforced concrete so that the zombies don't decide to dig in underneath. And as I mentioned, the walls on the sides are 3 blocks thick, and they're also 2 to 3 blocks thick around this main bunker to stop them from just coming in the back. Joe's just checking in, letting us know that all the sides are good. We were a little worried, you might have seen in the beginning, about pathing. But it does seem to be working out very, very well. We are approaching midnight, and the zombies are still stuck at the first set of electric fences. And at this point I believe around level 80, and so I've pretty much maxed out the shotgun. Now cops are still a problem, birds are still a problem, and spider zombies are still a problem, and this is something that you just have to deal with when you're running an open roof design. For myself at least, this base was so much to construct just the base itself. I definitely have not had time to add a roof to it. I'm actually still working on putting down all of these iron bars to let us shoot down at the zombies. And we're still getting some good piles of zombies, so taking a moment to chug another learning elixir and some recog, get those bonuses going again. At this point, Joe points out that they have managed to get in, which is great, because I did not notice at all. As you can see, what they've done though is they've ignored the vault hatch and broken through the ceiling. And this is something with the vault hatches, is because they are so strong, the zombies will often go after something else to try and break through, and so you gotta be really careful with your pathing. Now, as you can see, I am running out of ammo for my heavy machine gun, but I've still got quite a few armor-piercing rounds, and as I've mentioned in previous videos, I have spec'd into the penetrator perk, so usually I would save these for the marksman rifle, but in this case, we just want to take care of what we've got in front of us. Some of you might have been wondering why I put my turret down on the roof. And it is in fact to protect from birds, and you can see it in action here. Gonna take a moment to get this bird out of the way so that I have a better line of fire. And I don't actually realize at first that it's a bird that's hit me. I figure it's just a cop, and then I hear the turret going off, and I wise up to that a little bit. So yeah, birds are definitely an inconvenience. You can see my health is getting pretty low, so we're gonna have to take a minute to heal up. And we just sort of dropped the grenade there. Momentarily forgot how to throw, but no problem, it works out just fine. Get a proper throw going this time. And the construction worker goes flying. Back down to the bunker. And you can see why hatches up at the front are a key part of this design. Because not only can I hit them when they're at this very warped and twisted looking vault door, but I can hit them as they're jumping through. And that's another nice thing, because they broke out the ceiling, they still do have to jump through. I've definitely been feeling like explosives are a little bit underrated in this game. Really good crowd control. Speeding up to do some quick repairs. Don't worry, we'll have a construction montage later. Joe is noting that one of the exterior wires has gone out, and this makes a lot of sense because the wires will only discharge their electricity into so many targets. They have a limited voltage, I guess you could say, before they need some time to cool down. And what I've learned is, and I won't do it this time, unfortunately, because I would have to turn all the wires off, is you can turn off the individual rows of electric fencing and give them time to cool down. So that definitely is an option. I have nothing but good things to say about the Magnum with armor-piercing rounds. And we have an instant replay. As I said, Magnum with armor-piercing rounds. Just wonderful. Also, people hate on the penetrator perk a lot, but I think it has its place. Nothing wrong with being able to take out a whole bunch of zombies at once. Joe letting us know we should get ready at the door. They jump the wire, and unfortunately can't jump that wire. They just kind of tough it out. Very silly of us to close that door. Just a little bit worried. Luckily, Joe is brave enough to run back out and face the electricity again, get the front door closed up. and we're just doing a bit of crowd control with the shotgun. Now we have had a lot of cops, a lot of radioactive cops. I think maybe we've only seen a couple demolishers though. Now the reason we're opening up that second door there is because 2 vault doors really messes with the zombies' pathing, and you can see that occasionally they're going to swing at the bars. We want to avoid that as much as possible. You can see the cops are really active. And Joe helps me out with a bird there, so I return the favor real quick. And as you can see, the zombies are just pouring in endlessly. Seems like there's no end to the waves. Not really getting a lot of breaks here. Taking a minute to reload the junk turret and find a new spot for it. And my timing here works out to be actually really good, because I put the junk turret down just in time to catch the zombies entering the bunker and coming up, catch us on the roof. Luckily I've prepared for that, so you can see that the hatch to the roof has its own sort of barrier going on. So the zombies pop up, and we can just sort of shoot them. Now I'm going to be a hero here. Run in, close the door, and hunker down in the corner to take out the zombies that have infiltrated our base. And we can see them tumbling down the ladder as Joe deals with the last couple upstairs. And we have reclaimed the door, which we will immediately abandon without putting any of the hatches up. And run into some zombie legs. Zombie legs? Those corpses, though. Whew. Corpses. I guess they're always corpses, right? Here, slowing it down to demonstrate a double fire glitch. So I have spec'd a little bit into archery, and you're going to notice I'm firing pretty quickly. My reload is not bad at all. And sometimes I've noticed that in this version at least, if you're just spamming it, it will occasionally glitch into a double fire, which is pretty cool to see. Alternatively, you could just get 2 people with exploding crossbow bolts and crossbows and double fire. Or you could somehow maybe coordinate the glitches and get a quadruple fire, which would be also great. Extra great? We're gonna go with extra great. Now at this point there are so many bodies in that little crevice that there's actually an additional advantage to using the explosives here, because the bodies are going to be blocking a lot of our bullets, and so the explosives with their area of effect are going to hit everything anyways, basically, and not worried too much about being blocked by the bodies. And it's also going to help us clear those bodies out a bit, because the damage is going to hit them and cause them to disintegrate, and also it knocks them out, as you can see. It sort of shuffles them. And we have just over an hour left in Horde Night, and still over 100 exploding crossbow bolts, so we are in pretty good shape. Crowd control for days. Indeed. Indeed. You can see a lot of people dying in the chat. Now, to be fair, I totally invited them over, and they made the decision to try their luck with what they had set up, and I totally respect that. I know it's great to test your own stuff out, and I just feel kind of bad seeing them dying every half hour or so in game. Oh, we have a bird flying up. Lets us know that we've had some kind of malfunction. Birds aren't supposed to fly up tunnels.
What follows is a brief construction montage.
So the ladders have been taken out, and so we're gonna have to fix that real quick. Wrong kind of ladder, Kirby, come on. Definitely a good call here to repair that door, because as soon as I do the pathing, they're gonna come up after me, so I gotta get out of there before they break through that door.
We hope you enjoyed this brief construction montage.
But we got it! And we can see it's only going to be a few seconds before they run up and start swinging. Luckily, we only have about 30 minutes left in the Horde Night, so hopefully this will hold up. As you can see, it has not all been reinforced to reinforced concrete, and so I'm going to have to run around and do some repairs while we're holding back the Horde. This is one of the great things about having multiple players in your Horde defense, is you can have someone who's doing the repairing or healing themselves, and someone who at the same time is holding back the Horde, making sure they don't build up too much. Speaking of healing, I gotta take a moment to heal here, as Joe points out as well. And I'm also infected, but I haven't noticed this yet, and so I'm just gonna completely ignore it and focus on my health. Also, realistically, I could probably heal it at the end of the night, no problem. I got plenty of antibiotics around. And the other good thing about having two players is then you do get to have two guns in play, which really helps keep the Horde build-up down. Noticing my infection and just taking a minute to sort that out. You can see the cops still firing at us from just all over the place. Now you're going to notice this is a pretty unique design, and it's great for shooting. And it's also great for something else. You can see I have my chainsaw here, and this is just absolutely fantastic in this situation, because as soon as the zombies come up, they basically put their faces into a diamond edge chainsaw, and it ends up being a pretty bad deal for them, and very, very efficient for us. We can clear it faster with bullets, especially using a heavy machine gun or a shotgun or anything automatic. But as you can see, we're just sipping the gas here, and the zombies are going down. And so if you have a fair bit of fuel, and you can get a larger tank onto the chainsaw, you can spend quite a bit of time just carving up zombies. And as you can see, it does some stun on them, and so they're not actually really able to hit you that much, or at all in this case. And there is the morning chime. We're gonna clean up here. Takes us a few minutes to get through the final wave of zombies. But we do successfully take them all out. And we survived! Haha. Celebratory first aid kit. And looking at the stats for day 175 Horde Night, Fortress Dreamland holds strong. We had 0 player deaths, and we downed a whole lot of zombies. Thank you very much for watching. Please do consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video, and have yourself a good day.